What if I told you the men's 100 meters in Zurich came down to literally a blink of an eye? 100th of a second separated glory from heartbreak. That's how razor-thin the margins were in the Diamond League final, where South Africa's very own Akani Simbine went head-to-head with America's Christian Coleman and Jamaica's Ackeem Blake. And trust me, this race had everything: speed, drama, and unfortunately, a painful twist at the end. Let's dive right into it. The stage was set in Zurich, one of the most prestigious stops in the Diamond League series. The men's 100 meters final was stacked, but everyone's eyes were on three men: Coleman, Simbine, and Blake. Coleman, the American rocket who's been known for his blistering starts. Simbine, the South African king of consistency, a Commonwealth Games champion who's been carrying the hopes of his nation for years. And Blake, the young Jamaican looking to defend the Diamond League title he snatched in 2024. When the gun went off, Coleman exploded out of the blocks like he was shot out of a cannon. That's his trademark. His reaction times are among the best in the world. But Simbine wasn't going to let him run away with. The South African surged down the track with his trademark smooth stride, closing the gap with every meter. For a moment, it looked like Simbine might just steal it. But Coleman, with that trademark drive phase and top-end speed, held him off right at the line. The clock told the story. Christian Coleman, 9.97 seconds. Akani Simbine, 9.98. Ackeem Blake, 9.99. That's right, all three men separated by just 0.02 of a second. That's less than the blink of an eye. If you had sneezed during the race, you would have missed the entire podium being decided. Now for Simbine, this was both a triumph and a setback. On the one hand, he ran under 10 seconds again on the biggest stage, proving once more why he's one of the most reliable sprinters of his era. He's the guy who, no matter the conditions, always shows up and pushes the very best. He's been sub-10 more times than almost any sprinter alive today. That consistency makes him a legend in his own right. But here's where things got worrying. As Simbine powered through the finish, he appeared to pull up invisible discomfort. The cameras caught him grimacing, and it quickly became clear that something wasn't right. Reports confirmed that the South African sprint star had picked up an injury. And that couldn't have come at a worse time, because the World Athletics Championships in Tokyo are less than 3 weeks away. This raises a big question. Can Simbine recover in time to represent South Africa on the world stage? Sprinting injuries are tricky. Sometimes it's just tightness. Other times, it's enough to sideline an athlete for weeks. And with the global championships so close, the clock is now ticking louder than ever for him. As for the bigger picture, Coleman's win in Zurich marked his third Diamond League Series victory, cementing his return to the very top of sprinting. For Blake, finishing third in 9.99 is still an incredible performance, but it means he falls just short of defending his Diamond League crown. The sprinting hierarchy in 2025 is shifting fast. Americans, South Africans, and Jamaicans are all in the mix, and the margins are so fine that every race feels like a coin toss. But let's not lose sight of what Simbine achieved here. To push Coleman that hard, to dip under 10 seconds yet again, and to do it with the weight of a nation's expectations on his shoulders, that speaks volumes. South Africa has a sprinting hero who refuses to back down. And even with this injury scare, his determination has never been in question. So here's the takeaway. The Zurich final was a reminder of just how brutal and beautiful the 100 meters can be. 100 meters, less than 10 seconds, and yet it can define a season, rewrite a career, and break hearts all at once. Coleman got the win, Blake lost his crown, and Simbine showed courage and class even in pain. And now all eyes turn to Tokyo. Will Simbine be fit? Will Coleman carry this momentum onto the world stage? Will Blake bounce back and remind everyone why he was champion in 2024? Sprinting fans, buckle up, because the road to Tokyo just got a whole lot more dramatic. That's it for today's breakdown of the Diamond League Zurich final, one of the tightest races of the year, decided by 100th of a second. If that doesn't give you goosebumps, I don't know what will.
Going in the 200 later, Kenny Bednarek. We've got 3 Americans in this men's 100 meters, 3 South Africans, a Brit, and a Jamaican. Now then, this young man, new name I'm sure for some people, 19 years old, world junior champion, Bayanda Walatsa. Look at his head bobbing style, rather unusual. Brandon Hickling, key member of the US sprint relay team, he goes in lane 2. Jeremiah Azu, European and world indoor champion, ran 9.97, equaling his personal best in London last week. Trayvon Bromell, twice world bronze medalist, he's run 9.84 twice this year. Akani Simbine, having the season of his life, he won the first 5 races of the season in sub-10 before finishing 5th in London. Ackeem Blake, who's the reigning Diamond League champion, number 3 Jamaican behind the aforementioned Thompson and Seville. Christian Coleman, world champion way back in 2019, the 60-metre specialist, he'll get out really quickly. Has he got the top end speed though, over 100? And then the 3rd South African, Sean Maswanganyi, part of the Olympic silver relay quartet from Paris last year. Noah Lyles is getting better and better in the 100, no doubt about that. He goes in the 200 later. But what has Simbine got here? And look out for the man in lane 1. He's not going to win any marks for artistic merit with a very, very distinctive style. But he is quick, seriously quick. So Walatsa in 1, Hickling 2, Azu in 3 for Great Britain, Bromell, Simbine, Blake, Coleman, and then closest to camera there, Maswanganyi for South Africa. Meeting record, Johan Blake, 9.76 set in 2012. Men's 100. Great start from Azu, also going well is Maswanganyi as well, also on the far side, Walatsa with that forward. Oh, he's pulled up, Walatsa has gone, coming through is Coleman, Coleman gets it, the 60-metre specialist who starts so well, gets it on the line, I think, in a photo from Blake. Coleman, for me, has got that. We were focusing on the far side, or I was on Walatsa, who sadly pulled up. It is Coleman. 9.97 for Christian Coleman. Well, he'll be still disappointed not to make the US team. There is Walatsa, who had a difficult lane draw. We'll look at it again in slow motion. Simbine, who after those opening brilliant results at the start of the season just went a little walkabout. He's come back to some good form. Blake, the defending champion from last year, in 3rd. Azu just outside 10 seconds, but that's impressive there from Coleman. And poor old Bayanda Walatsa, the teenager, managing to cross the line, but tough.
Well, I was going to say beforehand, and I'll say it now, if Coleman or Bromell win, sadly for them, Diamond League win, Diamond League final win, USA have already taken their 4th spot because Noah Lyles is the defending champion and did not run the 100 meters in the American trials. So Coleman didn't make the top 3. So despite the win here, he cannot be selected because you can't have 2 wild cards. You can't have 2 wild cards. Yep. So Lyles will take his defending champion spot, of course. We're going to see him in the 200 afterwards. So maybe this is just Coleman going, what could have been?
Yeah.
So well done to him, and you know he got out well. He got out really, really well. I know you were looking at